The Gauge live at the NFR is brought to you by Cavenders and Bill Fick Ford. We cannot forget about Rule Cloth, the Royal Crown Fraternity, and Bailey's House of Guns.
This is The Gauge with host Chance Conradu.
Are you freaking serious? It's Conrado. This is The Gauge, and I am Chance Conrado. On this episode of the podcast, we are live from Globe Life Field for the 2020 Wrangler National Finals Rodeo here in Arlington, Texas, from our arena side studio. And just a hop and a skip and a jump and a whatever away from the arena. The way that we have this set up is we are talking to round winners. We did have to have one alternate in there, but we spoke with Dakota Eldridge, who split the round tonight in the bulldogging. We talked to Sterling Crawley as well. Marty Yates won the tie down. Our girl Hailey Kinsel, of course, she won the barrel racing. And then we got to talk to the all-around guy, Stetson Wright, who posted a pretty impressive ride in the bull riding. All these interviews were pretty excellent. Again, we're doing 10 nights of this, so the episodes are going to be rather short. Every single day we are releasing an episode. This will air in podcast form the morning of round 2. So you'll have this available to listen to as you're kind of driving around. Maybe you're going to Cowboy Christmas, pop them AirPods in. But this is night 1 in the books. Check it out. Thank you to our partners over at Cavenders. Cavenders has been a trusted cowboy boot and western wear outfitter for over 50 years. Discover why their loyal customers love their collections of western wear. Check them out at cavenders.com for the latest styles. All right, guys, we've got Dakota Eldridge here. He just won round 1 of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo in Globe Life in the bulldogging. I mean, so here's kind of the big question. It was kind of wild out there. You see people were getting cut off by the steers. What was your initial thoughts on the setup here at Globe Life?
I was a little nervous when I saw the setup on the diagram, but once we got here, I think it was Monday, we came and checked in, and you know, they did a great job. I mean, there's a lot of left, but we tracked the steers down a lot and got them kind of where they knew where home base was, and that's where they need to go, you know. And there's a couple steers that went to the right tonight, but man, I think it should be a good week. Ground was a little heavy, but other than that, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to be here and have the NFR is like the greatest thing. There was so much time that no one knew what the heck was going on. So just to be here, I mean, there's a lot of guys who would normally be here that aren't because they were just like, it's not worth it.
Right. You know, this year was tough. It was tough to decide to keep going and sacrifice, you know, your family and your money and your bank account on when we didn't know what we were going to have. And, you know, I just told the guys that I was putting faith in the PRCA that they'd have our back and have something for us, you know, and thank goodness they did. You know, I mean, it's a tough year, and to see what they've done for us and to have this, I mean, I know they don't want to test everybody. I don't know they don't want to kick any of us out of the rodeo, but I mean, they're jumping through so many hoops, and it's like if we got to jump through a few of them and get tested this week, I'm just glad we're here and have the chance to win the money we can. Right.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. And it's kind of nice to see how much more money you guys are actually getting than what they initially said, too.
Man, I mean, that's tough when when we're used to getting paid, you know, $27,000 a night. And then when we first heard it, you know, we heard that we might get paid. I heard something about $2,600 a night, and I was like, there's no way, you know, like that's gonna be hard to get pumped up for that.
Could you imagine having the NFR at Lazy E or something like that? It just wouldn't make any sense.
George Taylor told me, he said, there's one thing we will not do. He says, it will not be at Lazy E. So when he told me that, I thought, well, okay, that's good. Cause, I mean, I've been to the time event up there, and, I mean, it's a cool arena, but it's just so big, and you just, the electricity's not there, you know. And
no, it's in the wrong place.
Yeah,
there's just not enough going on there. I mean, it's not Vegas, right? Because if you get outside of the stadium, you don't know the NFR is going on,
right? Yeah,
but when you get inside, it's like, holy crap, it is insane here.
Yeah, they've done a lot of work, and you know, I mean, we're still in Texas, so I mean, a lot of people do know about the rodeo and stuff, and or know about rodeo, you know. It's kind of new down here, but I think it's a good deal, and you know, it's good, and it never hurts for a little competition, you know, someday but I mean, Vegas is so tough to beat. I mean, tonight, that grand entry, you know, I mean, it's awesome, don't get me wrong, but for those first timers, they need to make it back to Vegas, because when you ride that Thomas and Mack, the electricity in that building is just, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, this one still had a lot, but when you've been, I think it's just because that's that small building.
Yeah.
And you got the fans right on top of you, and then
Well, and it's just like there's so much history in there. You feel everything going on in Thomas Mack, even if you're in the stands, right? But if you're on the ground in Thompson Mack, even if you're not competing, if you're never a person who gets to go to the NFR, just being there, you can't duplicate that. I mean, I don't think anybody is worried about losing Vegas, even when they renew.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think it might be good for them too, because they're going to realize what we brought to that town. And I mean, it's tough to. I mean, that town's got to be hurting right now. And I mean, I'd love to be there, but at the same time, I'm so grateful to be down here and have Texas and the PRCA support us like they have.
No, absolutely. I mean, it was definitely an interesting round of bulldogging. I mean, I think as the nights kind of go on, we'll see faster and faster times. But that was kind of the thing, right? Like, what were the times going to come in at? Were they going to be longer? Were they going to be kind of on par with Vegas? Probably not with the way things are. But I mean, is that about what you expected as far as the night one?
Yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, they asked me earlier what I thought about the start, because it's a foot longer.
Yeah,
you know, but
it's actually 2 foot longer, isn't it?
I think it's just a foot.
Is it?
I think, yeah. And the team roping is 2 feet.
It's 2 foot in the team roping, yeah.
And so, honestly, the start is so fast at the NFR. It's hard to get. A lot of times, I'm usually on my old horse Rusty, and he knows the start better than I do. But a lot of times, I'll go, and then I think I'm too early and pull. But actually, I was good. I was going to be really good on the start, but I second guess myself because it's so fast, and you don't take that start any other time of the year besides there. I mean, you're going it's unconscious how fast you're going. And so here it's almost, I'm not going to say it's easier, but it's
what would you compare it to as far as other pins?
I would say it's like San Antonio, or like as far as the pin shape, or like just the start.
The start.
Man, I would say it's comparable to like San Antonio. The start's always fast there. I mean, some of these winter rodeos starts always pretty fast, you know. The start right now, you just can't go before them. I mean, you just need to make sure, like, you need to nod go pretty much.
Right.
And, I mean, you don't see anything by any means. You just want to nod go, make sure the gate's open, and you're good.
Yeah, I mean, those steers it was surprising to see some of the guys get outrun, but I mean, those steers do you think it's the open space that's causing them to just run that way? I mean, it's so much bigger than Thomas and Mack.
Right. And, you know, the sides aren't walled in like Thomas Mack. Usually they got the banners and all the sponsor flags on the side, and so
they just see so much more.
Yeah, I think so. They got a little more daylight, and it's just Thomas and Mack. It's so small. They have one option where to go. They either stop or they go straight. Yeah. You know, it's like
which that's something you see at Thomas and Mack a lot. I mean, you see guys jump in front of their steer a lot. Yeah. I just don't think I don't think that happened at all in this round, but.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be a good deal. I mean, you know, there's going to be ups and downs through this whole thing, through this whole thing, I think guys just needs to be grateful that we're here and grateful that everybody's done, and be happy we're jumping through hoops and we're here. Yeah,
no doubt about it. I mean, congratulations on your round win. It's always super sick to win the first round. You get some serious momentum, and you're sitting in a great spot. So we look forward to seeing you kind of kick ass and take more names, and good luck to the rest of the people out there. But, you know, round one goes to you. So
awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Shriner, and then go quarantine, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
There's
gonna be
no
a little
party
different.
tonight.
Like, yeah, what do? You don't go to the South Point or
nope, exactly.
The Mirage. You know, we used to. It's just one of those deals. You had just a routine at Vegas. You know, if you wanted to go out and have a drink, you go to the Mirage, or you go to the South Point for the buckle ceremony.
South Point for the buckle ceremony, and everybody got diarrhea from that last year. What was that? The lettuce or something? I remember everybody was sick. They're like, "Don't touch the lettuce."
Yeah, and so I mean, it's different, but you know, it's just got to take what we got down here, and I mean, it's still fun hanging out with family. You know, you got to be kind of careful because I mean, it's risky. I tested positive for the antibodies, so that makes me feel a little safer, you know, out here as far as, you know, not catching it, but it's still one of those things we got to be careful. And
yeah, they just put something out saying that they were thinking it was here like as early as November, December. I swear to God, like me and like 20 other people thought they had it after Vegas last year.
Yeah. I got a friend, Mike Ritchie, has got an outfitting business, and I went up there wolf hunting with him, and it was right after Vegas. So I guess it was the first of the year, and man, he'd been sick for like 2 or 3 weeks, and same deal, that cough, respiratory stuff. And I mean,
that's exactly what it was.
It took him a month to get over it. And
it wouldn't go away. Like, it had to be COVID.
And so, I think it's been here a lot longer. I mean, I've been the person that's, you know, I mean, I like my freedom, and I feel like when I got to wear a mask, it takes a little of my freedom away. But the same time, it's like, hey, if we got to abide by it and it's going to let us do our job, I'll put one on, but it's hard for me to do it. But at the same time, if it's keeping everybody safe and we're still able to do our job, I'll wear one, but it's not by choice, just mandatory, I guess.
Everybody kind of feels the same about that in our industry, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't help anybody, especially you guys, for people to be throwing fits about the mask. It's like, just let us do our thing.
Right.
And complain about it after the NFR.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's just something we just, at the end of the day, as much as we don't want to do it, we're still down here making, good money. So
yeah. I mean, again, to be having the NFR, it's the best thing ever, because there was a strong possibility that it wouldn't happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's scary. So glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you take care. Enjoy your night. Don't drink too many of those.
Yeah.
Or do what you want.
I know. I haven't even had a drink on I thought on the gauge you got like whiskey and fancy cups and stuff.
You do.
I might be the first steer wrestler on here though, huh?
You're the first steer wrestler.
Okay.
We're 52 episodes in, we haven't had a steer wrestler.
I figured it'd be Pearson or Wag for sure, but
yeah, come down. We'll actually do it the right way. But
heck yeah, perfect.
I'm glad you took time out of your uneventful night, because it's not normal to come hang
Oh,
out with us, and we'll do this again.
All right, cool. Thanks,
brother. Take it easy. Guys, Bill Fick Ford is the #1 Super Duty in the entire country. #1. They are a family-owned and operated dealership with no bull discounts, no bull interest rates. These are some of the best rates you can get on a new Super Duty, guys. They also offer nationwide shipping, so you're not limited to that Ford dealer you might not like in your backyard. Go to BillFickFordHuntsville.com for the best deals on a new Super Duty. Go look in the contestant parking if you're here at Globe Life. You'll see more Bill Fick Fords than any other brand. All right, Sterling Crawley here with us. Thanks for stopping by, man. I know what kind of a walk was it to get here where you came from?
Actually, it's pretty nice. We got picked up in a golf cart.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right to the door, we were hoping we could figure out the golf cart thing to get you over here, because like the spacing here is weird. It's just giant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole facility. I mean, you can get lost in a heartbeat.
Oh, you can. It's not like Thomas and Mack. It's like just a couple hops and a skips, and you can be anywhere in Thomas and Mack.
Yeah.
But I guess this is kind of the topic of the night with everybody. But what is your initial thoughts here on Globe Life, as a whole?
I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's really neat. In better conditions, and we could fill this place and not have when we weren't in a pandemic, this would be awesome. I think even for the sport, the amount of people that we can bring into here with the parking and how this area is set up to hold that many people and facilitate everything that they need. I think it's great. Mind you, I do love Vegas, and it'll always be,
Dude,
my
that's
heart.
The problem, right? It's like you get ready. It's an event. 10 nights at Vegas. You know exactly where we're going to go every night after the rodeo. To the minute how long the rodeo is going to be. You go to South Point. You do whatever you're going to do. This is weird, right? Because you get outside of the stadium, you don't know anything's going on.
Oh yeah, and then on top of that, you kind of gotta steer clear of large crowds and kind of mind your P's and Q's. That way, none of us get sick or infected, and that's so we can continue to perform throughout the week. So it's kind of a lot more variables than we would be used to in the years past.
Yeah, I mean, there's this whole element of everybody who's involved, whoever they are, especially you guys. You have a ball and chain on you, kind of. You can't go do anything. It's when you saw what happened to Caleb Schmidt and Donna Kay and them getting pulled with COVID. I mean, that creates a whole nother layer of complexity for everybody.
And even if you do everything right and you follow all the rules, you still sweat bullets whenever you have to take that test and worry about what's going to happen at the results. Because there's not really nobody's wearing a red shirt if they're infected. Nobody knows what handrail, is going to get you. But in regular day life, it's dangerous. But for a lot of these athletes, they're amongst that age group where it's not as deadly, but it's deadly to your income and to your year in and to your, your world standings. And so you have to treat it, that way.
Yeah, that's what's you got to stay off Facebook when you guys are getting ready to compete and all that. But if you get on there and you look at the people who don't understand what's going on and how much it affects you guys in specific, you guys have been getting your butts kicked all year from something that has nothing to do with your sport or your job. You don't have the rodeo counts. The horses haven't been bucked out the way they should be throughout the year, and it's really affecting everything.
Oh yeah, one of the other silver linings, I snapped my leg in a few places at the end of the season, and so quarantining was a lot easier for me. But
right.
I said there was a few silver linings to it, but that was definitely one of them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So kind of jumping forward, it's interesting because they've got 12 bucking chutes here, which is pretty awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it? The bucking chutes at Thomas and Mack, it's there's this whole thing that happens right behind them. kind of this area you get to be in. It's just totally different here. Like there's a warm-up pin back there.
Yeah, Thomas and Mack is just madness going on back there.
Yep.
You've got, Eliminator Night, you got fire-breathing dragons trying to roll in with your saddle and the chutes, and they're trying to tie them in. And then, of course, if you're in the lower end of the standings, it always seems like if you're towards the lower end, you're going to get pulled for the guy that's got to pull your horse in the corner, roll and go. And if you're not in your saddle, you're fine for it. So, it really shakes up the experience for it and stuff like that. And so, having all these shoots here, having all this time, and it's just more laid back. It feels more about the rodeo than it does the production, as far as like they can still put on a good show, but allow everybody to have the, a time allotted to do their routine and their thing that they do each time.
Yeah, and I wonder if that'll carry over into Vegas a little bit because of the Cowboy Channel, and you're not limited the same way you were with CBS Sports. Because a lot of what dictated the pace was those time slots. That's the great thing about Cowboy Channel, right? Yeah. This is not a time slot. This network is for this.
Yeah, and they understand that, they understand the rodeo culture as far as not everything is going to be on the watch. Like you're not going to always be able to crunch everything into this. There's variables, there's different things, there's reruns, there's re-rides, there's a lot of different things that can transpire in a performance that could throw off your time frame. And I feel like they're more understanding of that situation.
No doubt. Yeah. So round one's in the books. Obviously this pin size isn't going to affect the bucking stock the way it does maybe some of the timed event guys and the tie down and bulldogging
it definitely does.
Yeah. To the
it
same
plays
level.
a huge hand.
Yeah. Tell me, dude, I'm not the rough stock guy that I am as far as timed event. So yeah, explain to me and the people who are watching kind of the biggest difference and what you kind of think after round one.
There's a number of horses that don't get to go to the Thomas and Mack in Las Vegas due to the fact of the arena is narrow, but it's something that we account for when we get to vote on the horses that get to go out there. But coming here, it opens the door for certain animals that haven't got to go out there that, are awesome in a crossfire arena with, wider room to go without hitting a fence one way or the other. And so there'll be a number of horses that they'll have better days here. We were just thinking about it, like on the way here, like there's so many that that are so awesome, but they have this little twist to them because you got to wonder, are they going to get to the fence today or are they not going to get to the fence? And if they do, are they going to pick their head up and whirl? Are they going to see it and kind of step away from it? How are they going to handle it at that time? And here you have this abundance of space. And I think it plays a large hand into it because they don't even see it when they're going out there. They're just doing their job. And I feel like it's really helpful.
So you feel like it's a big benefit for everybody the way this is set up.
As far and honestly, I can't speak for the timed event, guys, but I believe as far as the saddle bronc riders and the bareback riders go, the horse riding events, it's very beneficial for us.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is cool to watch, and just I can't get over the fact that there's 12 bucking shoots because it just looks sick. Like just for your most basic human vision. Cool seeing that many bucking shoots, but we appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Don't have too many of those. You got to ride tomorrow, but
it's medicinal purposes.
That's true. Yeah, for sore backs, they say.
Yeah.
What one audiobook? I'm not going to out what your favorite genre is, but what should I listen to if you're going to suggest one thing?
Depends on how much time you have, but
a lifetime.
I can't tell you how many awards it won, but Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan is probably the gold standard for that genre.
Really?
I would believe, and so yeah, that's a really long, really enjoyable one.
Yeah, no doubt. That sounds awesome. Well, we're going to let you get on with your night. Whatever fun you get to have that, and we'll be cheering for you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet, man. Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Big shout out to Rural Cloth. If you like hunting, fishing, back roads, family farms, ice cold beer, bonfire nights, old pickup trucks, dogs, never cats, and mud on your boots, it's because you are cut from Rural Cloth. Rural Cloth is the brand for you. This brand sets out to create quality apparel for the rural American. We even did a podcast with Mr. Brandon Bates, who is their founder. He is also a longtime PBR announcer. They set up a coupon code for you guys to use over at ruralcloth.com. Use the coupon code GAGE right now for 20% off during the entire NFR and 10% off after the NFR ends. That promo code is GAGE at checkout. Go do some Christmas shopping. Support small business. How important is that right now? Go support Rural Cloth right now. All right, guys, we're back on the choppiest freaking live stream ever. I know. But we got Marty Yates here. He just took the round 7-1.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I mean, this is kind of the topic of the day. You're a local guy, so I mean, this is pretty convenient for you. You probably just go home tonight.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah. I get to sleep in my bed every night.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, what are your initial thoughts on Globe Life as a whole? I got to see some of the tie down practice you guys were doing the other night.
Yeah, I think a lot of us we were kind of didn't know what to think at first, just because it's a really big arena and didn't know where the calves were going to go or whatever. But it turned out tonight awesome. I think everybody was pretty pleased. The calves ran straight. They all took the tie. It was awesome. Lots of fans. So I don't know what else you could ask for.
I don't know, man. I think of all the events, tie down felt the most like NFR-ish.
Yep.
There was a lot of stuff that went on, and the team roping was pretty rough.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you got a chance to peek at that, but the team roping was rough, but it seemed pretty status freaking quo for tie down, even with the longer barrier.
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah. They added a foot to the barrier, but when we got the calves that good, it usually doesn't matter. Top 15 in the world, we can score good, ride good horses, so it all worked out. But like in the team roping, they added 2 more foot, I think, to the barrier.
2 foot.
So that's a big difference.
I think that's what threw everybody off.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know, first round NFR. I think everybody knows what to think now and how to go at the second round.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to see even faster times, but to come out 7-1 in a new place like that, I mean, that's a Thomas and Mack time for the first round.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, there was lots of people asking me, are y'all going to time us fast out there? I'm like, no, I don't think so. I mean, we'll dang sure get close to time in 6 on a couple occasions, but most of the time 7.5 is probably going to be your round winners. But who knows? Shoot, we might tie some in 6.
Dude, I mean, if I see somebody break into the 6s in this, I mean, that's going to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. The calves will be good enough, I think, this week. The way it turned out tonight, there might be some.
Yeah. I mean, so, of course, kind of the topic on everybody's minds, Caleb, and kind of what happened there. I mean, that is the craziest thing. Horse of the year, not in the rodeo. I mean, some dudes are probably going to ride him too.
Yeah, it sucks. There's no other way to put it. It's terrible. All of us feel for him. It's awful. Just through what we all went through this summer, short schedule, going to all the littlest rodeos. We were driving our butts off just to get there and to make it here, and then finally get it pulled off, and then get shut down before the rodeo ever starts. And then on top of that, wins horse of the year for the first time, doesn't go pick up his deal, and I don't know. I feel for him, and especially that Pockets is the only reason I made the NFR probably this year.
Exactly.
I got to ride him a lot, and man, I don't know. Are you
going to ride him here?
No, I hope Buster stays good, and I get to ride Buster the whole
after
time.
Tonight, there's no way
I'm not going to change, but no, that's what everybody said. Man, I hate that for Caleb, but sure, he might want some mount money, And I said, yeah, he might, but hopefully my old trusty Steve Buster holds in there, and we make it through.
Yeah, no, I think so. It's pretty cool. I think we can now know we can count on kind of the tie down to be pretty steady. And we just watched the barrels too, and it was a little wild in there too.
Yeah,
but I mean, the pin's huge. And what were you thinking the calves were going to do initially? Right?
Yeah, we really didn't know. Initially, before we got them in here, we all thought they were just going to peel to the right, and because before we got to see the setup, we thought the chute was sitting right on the fence, so we thought they wouldn't be able to go left and they could just go straight right. But they did a great job setting the arena up. It's incredible. The calves actually left better tonight in the rodeo than they did when we practiced.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously that was their first time through, but I don't know how the calf roping could have went any better tonight.
No, I mean, I don't think
I don't know what last hole was, but it was pretty tough night for the first round at a new place like this.
Yeah, like 8-2 or something on the last hole. It was fast.
Yeah, that's good. That's just like NFR times.
It is. Yeah, no, it absolutely is. But just wanted to catch up with you, let you get on with your night. I'm surprised you don't have a beer in your
I wish. They told me there's a lounge back there.
I think
stop.
He's
get in there.
Everybody
like the
else
first
had
one.
Are you kidding me? I'm the only one.
You're the only
so
one.
far.
Wow.
Yeah, Sterling was in here with 2.
Well, that's bullshit. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So you better find your way. Actually, where is it at?
She took me down there.
Is it
She's
the Lexus Lounge?
it was the
Is that what it is?
Germania Lounge. That's the one she took me. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well,
that's where I'm headed right now.
find that. Yeah. All right, dude. Take it easy.
Yeah, I
We'll talk to you
appreciate it,
soon.
man.
Also, thank you to Royal Crown. Royal Crown is Futurity and Derby, as well as an open barrel race with roping events included, offering some of the industry's biggest payouts for riders, stallion shareholders, and breeders. Couple that with no annual enrollments. Look for their events in 2021, where they will be in Bryan, Texas in February. There'll be $65,000 added to that for Futurity guys, as well as their event in Rock Springs, Wyoming in August. Check out RoyalCrownRace.com. Again, that's RoyalCrownRace.com, or find Royal Crown on Facebook for information on the stallion enrollment, entering their 2021 races, and a list of enrolled stallions. That's royalcrownrace.com. All right, guys, we are back on the Not So live stream. It's like Groundhog Day or whatever that thing of Buc-ee's is. Hailey Kinsel's on the show again. All joking aside, it's like my thing to give her crap nonstop. I'm going to try not to do that and kind of just congratulate her on her round win. She's the first barrel racer to win here at Globe Life. It's pretty freaking awesome. I really want to tease you, but I'm not going to do it because I do it too much, I think. But what were your initial thoughts here? This is so not me with you.
This
right?
is a weird, serious
out,
question. I don't know how to take it.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, well, when is he going to attack my height or something else?
Right.
But because that's just the nature of.
I feel like you did that already when I walked in. So
yeah, but it wasn't on the live stream.
On camera, yeah.
Yeah, but pretty amazing. Like, I mean, you truly did, and I never give you compliments, but you truly showed why you are the reigning world champion. I know she's freaking out.
Thank you, though.
It was amazing. I mean, we were watching it and it was like, okay, kind of expected it to go that way, but kind of walk us through what that was.
Thanks. I felt like kind of salvaging things at best I could. Honestly, she stumbled going across the second. She kind of stumbled in the second barrel, but she stays so honest that I didn't really have to worry too much about her not doing the thing. She was going to do the thing. And then running to the third, she kind of boogered because that yellow banner that's back there, that wasn't back there during practice. So every horse saw yellow barrel and yellow banner. And that's why all of them were kind of weird because it just wasn't there for us the other day. So they didn't know to look for it. So, but she stays so honest. She just ran up into the hole and I just picked my hand up 2 more steps and she just, okay, and did it. So she was just awesome. Didn't even know, is she going to run out perfect? Because you're running back into something you've never run out in before. And are they going to run all the way through the timer? And she just really tried. So it didn't feel perfect, but I feel like first round, everybody just wants the first round to go fine, even just fine. You don't want to just go out there and win the round. You just want to salvage something and have it be okay, something to build on for the rest of the week. And I felt like we did that. And regardless of what place it came in, that's what I felt like we went out and did today.
No, I mean, absolutely. That's exactly what you did. I mean, coming into a arena this size, it's a freaking baseball field. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know what's going to happen until everybody actually is out there in competition. And I'm sure some people maybe thought some horses would kind of run off just with the setup.
Sure.
I mean, that alley, it's just not Thomas and Mack, and there's no way to kind of marginalize what could happen.
Sure.
But I mean, that's about as perfect as a run as you could probably hope for on night one. So
for the first one,
pretty
yeah.
awesome.
Thanks. I mean, I think it really showed, honestly, watching the whole barrel race, what rodeo horses these are. They went out and found the first barrel. There were a lot of skeptics about that. Oh, take the walls away and see what they do. That's what they're going to do. A good horse is going to go out and find the first barrel. And every horse did that. I mean, they had trouble other places that are normal for most horses would, but because they are animals after all. But man, I think, honestly, it's going to get so much better as it goes along. I think it's going to be quite a horse race. It was a little bit bumpy out there tonight for various reasons, but, man, I just feel like once they kind of key in and see it, this is going to be awesome to watch. So, really exciting. I mean, it's weird, the third barrel being so tight back there, the first two being so far off, and it's just the setup and the background for them is so different, but as long as they stay honest and all that, we'll be fine.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, there's been kind of some tragic events in the barrel racing when you have horse of the year and you're sitting third in the world with obviously only talking about that person. You just won the round, but I mean, she had a great chance at the world. She had the horse for it. She horse of the year. I saw her on Facebook. She looked freaking healthy as a horse.
Yeah,
Pun intended.
No,
but I mean,
right.
That's kind of the game you play with the regulations that anybody who's in the building has to go through this stuff. But yeah, it's kind of tragic. Have you guys kind of tightened up or decided to change the way that you're going to handle yourselves, knowing that it could be pulled out like that? I mean, everybody kind of knew, but you don't really know until it happens.
You're exactly right. I mean, when it first happened, we were all together at the time. We kind of all talked about it. We were like, guys, we've got to take this as seriously as possible. And I'll be honest, I'm not scared of it. I've never been scared of this virus. But I would be very scared for somebody to say I have to go home from the NFR. So we are taking it seriously. We're all doing our best. I mean, obviously, we're staying away from crowds and stuff, and we're just kind of sticking to our little group. And really, that's kind of like rodeoing in general for me. So I feel like that's kind of right up my alley. To be a hermit. Oh, okay, you got it. So just kind of trying to do that and stay healthy for sure. But yeah, I mean, obviously, not ideal, not the way anybody wants to start out. We didn't want to see that happen to anyone, whether they had a great shot, win the world or not. And really, as you know, coming in here, everyone's got a shot.
Everybody has a shot.
Everyone's got a shot. The way they're doing the points and the payout and stuff like that, it's anyone's game. So just hate for that to happen to anybody. And now from here on out, we've kind of all, I think we take an appreciation for the fact that we're here and the fact that we get to keep competing. And we're all going to kind of try and look out for each other and make sure that we're all staying on top of our stuff and staying healthy and, you know, try and keep rodeoing.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing, the people who aren't here, who haven't been here day in and day out like you have, like we have, you guys don't understand how close we all were not even having this. So
Absolutely.
I don't want to say this the way I'm going to say it, but I mean, everybody on social media should probably be quiet because you don't understand the pressures that the PRCA was under.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The regulations are coming from really high up. It has nothing to do with the athletes. The athletes, you should not go on strike. You shouldn't do any of that.
You can't.
Everybody needs to be quiet and just do their job because
if you did, it wouldn't do any good, right? Like, it would only make people mad. It would only bring more division. Like, we have to, when things go wrong, we have to come together. And coming together is not standing in the alleyway and folding our arms and saying, you know, even as much as I would love to for Donna Kay, it doesn't do any good in this sense. Our best bet is to be kind to her and do the best we could. We tried to figure out any way we could get her to compete. Just wasn't going to happen this year for right now. So now we roll from there. All right, we had, you know, an alternate's in like anybody would be for a medical out, and that's what this is. It's a medical out. And so the alternate came in, that's Jessie, and now she's going to do her best, and we've kind of tried to help her kind of catch up because she didn't get to come to the practice and stuff. And I mean, her horse worked awesome out there for not getting to come and work the first day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting too to see that. Just let her have a good start to this because for anybody, it was just not an ideal situation. And yeah, we're so grateful. Like, we are so grateful. I mean, they freaking drug the arena during the barrel race. They gave us that was the best thing in 2020. Literally, you just watched it in barrel racing in 2020. That was it. And it was just so exciting to see. So, I mean, for things like that, we just have to be grateful right now.
No, absolutely. Again, like, we get 10 nights at the NFR. You guys get a chance to kind of fix your years, fix your incomes. These are your guys' livelihood that we're talking about. So, yeah, everybody just go with the flow like they are, like we all are. And be happy you get to watch it. If you're here, be a part of it. Support the people that you care about. That's what we're doing. And yeah, I'm sure you're going to be in here again and again and again.
I hope.
Yeah, knock on wood. But yeah, absolutely. We're going to let you get on with your night. I'm not going to make any more jokes.
Darn. I don't know how I'm going to live with myself.
I don't know. You're such a serious barrel racer. So amazing.
I try. Good to see you guys.
Bailey's House of Guns is a family-owned and operated business based out of Houston, Texas. These guys have supplied law enforcement throughout the state with guns and ammunition for years. They also provide great options for hunters. Benelli Shotguns, Weatherby, Christensen Arms, Smith & Wesson, Loophole Scopes, Swarovski Optics, just to name a few. They've been in business since 1970, guys. They are also a well-known sponsor of rodeo and rodeo athletes. Give them a call, 713-433-2475 for more details. Here's the great thing, guys. They can ship guns and ammo to local FFLs in your area if you are not in the Houston market. They've got lots of stock. Give Bailey's House of Guns a call today. All right, guys, we are back with the Not So live stream. Don't forget that this will go into podcast form as soon as producer Ty is able to get it up, and you guys can listen to it in the morning. We have got the two-event guy here, Stetson Wright, who has had a pretty great night. So, yeah, pretty exciting, right?
Yeah, way exciting. I'm just happy with the way it's already started, and I'm ready for 9 more rounds.
Dude, no kidding, right? I mean, it's definitely a weird feel, but what are your thoughts with Globe Life as a whole and like kind of coming in to this venue for the NFR?
I mean, it's different. I mean, everybody could tell you there's pretty much nothing that's the same, but it's got its own good energy, and I'm just happy they are having an NFR, and regardless of where they hold it, it's just the Super Bowl rodeo, so all the Cowboys are going to love it.
No, I mean, with the way the year's kind of been and the way it's been for the bucking stock and things like that, there's a lot of unknowns probably coming into here. I mean, the biggest unknown for most of the year was, is there even going to be an NFR? And then it was, how much money can we actually make? Actually, all worked out really well, especially with the round money. You get a full purse, which is a big thing when you didn't get to rodeo that much.
Yeah, I'm happy with the way they got the money up, but I don't know if I'm the same as every other guy, but the money isn't why I rodeo. That gold buckle at the end is that's what keeps me going down the road all the time. And if they wouldn't have put any money in at all, I still would have showed up just to get that gold buckle.
You're one of those guys. I mean, you have to be one of those guys if you're going to ride bareback horses and then get on a bull not too long after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so with your round money, and I mean, you're probably wanting that all-around title as well. So
Yeah, I guess we'll just ride every horse and every bull, and maybe it'll play itself out.
yeah, what did you feel like was different being in this gigantic, I mean, baseball field of an arena compared to like Thomas and Mack and things like that? And I mean, it obviously played a factor, I'm sure. But what did you feel first on your horse?
The horse, there was no difference at all because I'd never been on a bucking horse in the Thomas and Mack. But in the bull riding and everything, the arena is about 3 times the size of the Thomas and Mack. It's like riding the American or something. But it still felt awesome. The energy was good, and I'm just happy to be here.
Dude, how could you not be? Yeah, I mean, it's an exciting time for anybody who gets to participate in rodeo, and it's like if you're going to have your first NFR event, which for you is the bareback, but it's kind of a historic time to do it. I mean, to have one of these Globe Life buckles there's never going to be another one of those, so it's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it's pretty special. The back number saying Texas on them, and it hasn't had that on there for a really long time.
Yeah,
so
way before us.
Yeah, I'm happy that it's here. I mean, yeah, I don't care where it goes as long as they have one.
Right. No, absolutely. And you probably don't have a whole lot of plans tonight, go quarantine and do those things that I guess you have to do. But we're super stoked for you. And, I mean, you put on an absolute clinic tonight. So you're up against some of the best, and you really showed that you belong where you're at and that you're a total badass and maybe a little crazy for doing 2 of those events.
I have to ask you about that celebration, though.
What do you mean?
Celebration out of riding? A run?
Oh, what he did?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really bad about, I don't know if it's bad, but I'm really bad about visualizing things in my head.
Yeah.
And I kept visualizing my ride, and then my mind just wandered off, and I was like, we're in a baseball field. I was like, I'm going to have Rusty and Ryder pitch me a ball, and I'm going to hit a home run when I get off. And I thought they were going to tell me not to do it, and they were like, do it. That would be awesome.
You timed it perfect, too. We were like, look at him connecting the dots. He just got off, and he's connecting the dots that he's going to baseball. That was pretty sharp. But, yeah, I mean, we look forward to watching you. We're going to let you get on with your night. But congratulations on an excellent win, and I'm sure you can't wait to get a hold of that buckle. Of course, you'll have to send it off, but you'll get it back.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you bet, man. You take it easy and stay safe and do all the great things you're going to try to do.
All right, thanks.
You bet. Thank you guys for tuning in to the podcast. We are also live streaming this on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you guys are interested in watching the live stream, we were hoping to maybe be able to do some type of play-by-play. That's not going to work with the way that the information's coming through off of the Jumbotrons and things like that. So we're not going to be able to do the live stream to its fullest. But every night of the NFR, 5 different interviews, 5 different round winners. We're going to keep them coming all 10 nights. That's 50 interviews you guys do not want to miss. This has been The Gauge, hosted by me, Chance Conrado, produced and edited by our guy Ty Yeager. Shout out to the executive producers Dustin Pointer and Cody Denton. Marketing and content produced by Riley Chone. Our theme song is by Shay Ashshire and the Night Howlers. Make sure to rate and review this podcast, as well as follow The Gauge on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to The Gauge wherever you get your podcast. We'll see you guys next time.